I wasn't going to do any more videos, you know, because I just feel like if I do one video, that's my intuitive hit on these missing people. And I just want to leave it at that. I don't want to be going down a rabbit hole. However, since people are still, you know, wondering, you know, was he really found dead or not, I thought we can ask the cards. I think he is really deceased. I was looking at my timeline and everything, and when they found the body, let's see, they found the body on October 20th. Okay, and today is October 30th, 2015. So they found the body on October 20th. Medical examiner called to the park, possibly human remains found. That's on the 20th. So I was trying to think, okay, so when did he die? You know, because all these people have said they saw him here, they saw him there, Appalachian Trails, you know, South Carolina, just like everywhere people were seeing him. I think we were bamboozled, people. But if not, and even my daughter still thinks that she still thinks he's alive. And I did just look on my news feed, just a title that one of his friends thinks he's still alive. I don't know. It's something about a twin. I don't know. So I think he's deceased. What I think happened is, I think maybe people had seen him where they thought they saw him, especially that one guy that I think he was on the Appalachian Trail, and the guy pulled him over. Supposedly he's Brian, saying how to get back to California. You know, he had a fight with his girlfriend, but now she forgives him, and he needed to get back to her because he loves her and she loves him. That could have been, you know, the guy acted pretty sure of himself. I don't know what date that was. Let me see. Okay, well, whatever that date was, you know, that kind of would be important. Let me check that date in a minute. Okay, let me write that date down when I check it. So I'll pause the video in a minute. So, however, what I think he is deceased. I think that was him. I believe that he killed himself either by drinking poison. I don't know why I was thinking drinking poison, like whatever's in that water bottle they found. If that was Gabby's water bottle, I feel like he did something to himself. I don't know if he would actually shoot himself. I don't know if he's that brave, but I feel he did kill himself, possibly by drinking something that's poisonous. You know, I don't know what that would be. I don't know how you would do that. But what called my attention to was the day that they flew over his house, remember? Okay, so let's say he was all these places that people saw him. Again, in my last video, I was saying it was winter's coming up, so he needs to start thinking about winter. So what I was thinking is that he was kind of trying to come back towards Florida, to kind of sneak back into his house. So I believe he came back, and I could be wrong, you know. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know. I admit it, you know, I'll admit it if I'm wrong. My point being is, I believe he came back towards Florida. However way he did, he went back into the Carlton Reserve, possibly thinking about turning himself in. If not that, then just to get back into the parents' home for the winter. So I was looking at that. It called to me when I knew there was a body found. It was calling to me about that TikTok banner that the plane was flying around the Laundries' home, and I think it said TikTok time's up, or Justice for Gabby time's up, but it said something. And I was thinking, I know the park was not far from his home, so I believe that he saw that banner. And I looked for the video to see when that banner was flying around the house, and it was October 4th. And then on October 5th, Gabby's family speaks out on social media. Petito's mother, Nicole Schmidt, wrote on Twitter, "Mama Bear is getting angry. Turn yourself in." That was October 5th. On October 5th also, Cassie Laundrie pleads her brother to return home. Let's see. Cassie spoke out exclusively on ABC News in the wake of her brother's disappearance. And she says, "I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here." And then she also pleaded with him to come forward. "I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess." And I'm not trying to blame Cassie on anything, you know. But between those two things that he possibly saw on social media somehow, that was the last straw, and he killed himself in some type of way. And I was trying, so that would mean, let's say if he killed himself on October 4th or 5th, so he killed himself, and then I think the animals got to him, you know, just because of the terrain and everything, but so he killed himself on October 4th or 5th, which would mean that the body was found on October 20th. So if the medical examiner, well, now the anthropologist, I think, is looking at the body to determine like cause of death and time frame. So I'm believing that from October 4th to October 20th, he possibly was deceased for 16 days. You know, as of October 20th, when he was found. So, you know, I think he left the area, but then I think he came back. So that's my take on it. And I could be wrong. So I'm going to say, predict that it's 16 days that he was deceased. And I was trying to look at the time frame for a body to decompose, and you know, there's all different things, but to get to skeletal remains, you have to go through like 4 other phases of the decomposition process, you know, with just all these things I looked at. And there was bones, because it was skeletal bones with the teeth, part of a skeletal bone, I believe they said, with his teeth is how they said it was him. But so my take is that he was deceased for 16 days. Okay, so let's just ask the cards, how did he die? And we'll see if they can come up with it, you know, how. Aha. He was in hangman mode for sure. And there was a lot of snakes. Maybe he hung himself from a tree. And then the snakes also got to him. Because I think there's deadly snakes in the Carlton Reserve. Or the Mahahaki, or whatever it's called, park. So, I mean, that's what came out. Let me just look at one more thing. Yeah. So, the hangman is also about sacrifice. You know, he sacrificed himself. He also could have seen himself as the victim. You know, and yes, could be cowardly because he didn't come forward. And in a way, this could have been a selfish act because he didn't give anyone closure. Hopefully he wrote something in the notebook. Okay, but this is how the cards are saying that he died. I mean, that was a great card to come out right away. Like I said, well, he killed himself, he hung himself, and then he got eaten by the elements. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need to go any further. We could pull these cards to see if there's anything else they want to tell us. And then I'll just tell you my one other take on something. Anything else, Spirit, you want to tell us? I mean, that was all what I was asking. That was a clear message. And again, I'm saying he was deceased for 16 days. Okay, well, these people want to talk more. Okay, so we got the Five of Wands. It was just too much chaos, too much struggle. He was worried about all the fighting that would happen, all the people coming at him. Remember, the Five of Wands is all those people fighting. It could be horseplay, but it could be just making priorities. It could be challenges. It could be debates. And he just could not. He did not think it was going to go well if he came forward, put it that way. And we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all these messages, you know, just the media, you know, coming at him with the wands flying in the sky. So he couldn't deal with that. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, usually this is a good card. And let me look here. So the Ten of Pentacles is about family also. It's about inheritance, which is on a good note. However, it was about family. His family was shamed. He was feeling guilt. He was feeling shame for what he was putting his family through. What else do I get off this card? Yeah, so it had to do for the family, you know, so just, he basically did it for his family. He was trying to put an end to everything. And if he wrote things in the notebook, that would help. Hopefully he did that. And I wonder if he wrote things in the notebook, if that could incriminate his parents. Again, on my one video, I said I think the father is going to come forward and ask for immunity. And just tell everything. So we'll have to see if that plays out. But he was trying to end it, just like Cassie said. What did she say? Let me look. Okay. So Cassie said, come forward and get us out of this horrible mess. So that's what he did. Now, you know how his father went and looked to help the search on October 7th. So I believe he contacted his father saying he's going to come back to Florida. And maybe the father was like, okay, I'm going to go search for you and I'll help you come forward. You know, we'll just tell the story. However, he decided not to do that. And when did the parents come out? Well, maybe on the 20th? No, let's see. Okay, on the 20th, the parents went out to search for Brian with the police, and that's when they found the remains and the dry bag and everything. Now, I was just wondering, had anyone thought, not that I want to go down the road, down the conspiracy theories and the rabbit holes, but like, did anyone ever think that possibly the parents could have planted just the dry bag? Just the dry bag. Because if that area was underwater, it didn't look dirty as it could have been. You know, I saw kind of part of the dry bag, so it didn't look as dirty as you think it would be if it had been out in the elements for, well, I'm saying 16 days, but if longer, it just didn't look, you know, I don't know anything about those, but the area probably was underwater prior. So my intuitive hit, and it wasn't very strong, so, you know, don't just take it with a grain of salt, was that the parents planted the dry bag, if they planted anything, just to have something be found in that area to say that they weren't lying about where he was. You know, like some people think they just said that to give him time to get away. Maybe, but so they needed to prove that that's where he actually was. So they had to plant, well, not them, but someone the night before, because the park was open the day before. So someone the night before planted it for them. And then they went out the next morning, met the FBI, the police, or whoever, and found the bag. However, what they didn't count on is that their son was actually going to be deceased in that area. I don't think they counted on that. And not that I really wish I would have done a video, but like I knew they weren't going to have a funeral. I just knew it. And if I would have had a video about that, it would just be to say that, and that's more of coming from a place of ego versus trying to have me do some good. And this is just like my take. I just thought I'd come on because everybody's talking a whole bunch of stuff. And I think it was him. I think he is deceased. I think he possibly hung himself, like I said, killed himself. The elements, the snakes got to him. You know, not to be morbid, but disintegrated the rest of the body. So I think the next examiner will either say that he was deceased for 16 days or that they can't really determine the time of death, or anything for that matter, which is going to leave everybody to, you know, unsolved mysteries, you know, what's that Hallmark special, you know, the whole mystery will live on. So that's just my take on it. So I figured I'd come on it and just ask that question, and we'll see how it plays out. So let's see, what's today? Today is the 30th. So have a good Halloween. Be safe tomorrow. Trick-or-treating or going to parties, just be safe. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.